What we have here is the New View hunting backpack. I decided to buy some backpacks, and I bought a couple $50 backpacks, and I sent them back right away. When I looked at them, stitching was horrible. They would have broke within a week. And I thought, okay, what's the cheapest backpack I can buy on Amazon that I can use for get home bag, get out of Dodge bag, or just good for backpacking and not break the bank. I found this one, and like I said, it's called the New View Hunting Backpack, and it's pretty impressive for the price. I mean, it's under $100. You have an 80 liter and a 60 liter. I would get the 80 liter. The 80 liter has two aluminum backstays that go inside. That gives it a little bit more rigidness, and it'll be a little bit easier to carry. Now, it is loaded down with pockets, and I was quite surprised. It's about 5 pounds, this backpack. Um, it's not the lightest out there. I mean, you can get backpacks that are a lot lighter. It is camel. Some people may not like that. I thought that was kind of cool. It does come with a rainfly in hunter orange. So if it was during hunting season and you were using it for that, you could actually put the hunter orange rainfly over top of it and be legal for walking through the bush and not get shot. And that was a nice touch, actually. It has its own pocket to put the rainfly in. It does have a few attachment points on the back to hang things off it. You do have, some side pockets. You could put, I guess you could put a water bottle in there. It does have a place where you can put a water bottle. That's pretty tight, but it does go in, as you can see here. So I could get, two water bottles on each side, which is nice. It does have a brain, which is the item that flops over. It has two big side pockets over here. You could get a small tripod in there if you wanted. On the back, it has a bunch of padding here, which is nice. It keeps it off your back. Now, when you first get it, there's straps here at the top. Pull those almost all the way out, and that's going to make your pack drop down. You got a waist belt, which is really nicely padded, and two pockets in the waist belt, so you can put some cookies, some chocolate bars, whatever, power bars in there. It has quite a bit of room. I've just shoved some clothes in it for now. It does have an opening in the bottom that's zippered where you can put your sleeping bag. Now take note, when you pack a backpack, usually you put your sleeping bag or your light things in the bottom, and then whatever's super heavy in the back against your back, whatever's super heavy, and then lighter stuff around it to make it easier to carry. So that's the way you do it. But the camouflage is nice. The material on this backpack, it's not like it does kind of feel like a nylon, but it's not. It's not a nylon. It's got a little bit of softness to it, like it's designed so when you're walking through the wilderness and you hit some bushes, you're not screaming, "Here I am." So that's kind of nice for the hunter. Now this pack is under $100. I think it was like 90 bucks, and then you got tax. Now, what a nice touch they have to this backpack is this here. This clasp that goes across your chest sternum strap is actually a whistle. That was kind of nice that they kind of threw that on there. It is stitched in multiple places. So, I don't know. For a pack that's under $100, and I took it out for a 3-mile walk, and it held well. It felt good on my back. I really have no complaints. I really don't. I mean, it doesn't ride on me, like my cooler pack that costs, $500-600. I mean, it doesn't have. It's not going to ride like your expensive backpacks, but it does the job for what it has to do. I mean, being my cooler pack, I would rate it as a 10 I mean, I would rate this pack about a 7 for how it feels when you carry it. Now, how you pack it is very important too. Like if you start putting sharp objects in your back and then you put it on, you may feel those sharp objects. So you may have to put some softer stuff against your back. It does have a pocket in it for a bladder if you want that. I never use bladders. I always put water bottles on the side. I can't stand bladders. They're a pain to clean. I've had bladders actually break inside my pack and get everything wet. So I like to keep my water bottles on the outside of my pack in case something ever goes wrong. Um, but I can't say enough good things about it. I really can't. It's a super affordable backpack. And I've heard people saying, but my comment sections, they'll say, "Oh, it must be nice to afford that $500 backpack." It is. I mean, it is when you can buy the nicer stuff, but can you get away with cheaper stuff? And you can. And the nice thing about Amazon is you can buy it, look at it, put some stuff in it, take it for a run. Don't let it sit in the corner and try it. And if you don't like it after 3 days, send it back. Get your money back. Try something else. Like I had three or four $50 packs here, and I didn't even put stuff in them. I just took one look at them and said, that ain't going to last. I knew right away from the way the stitching was. I was like, that's something else. So they're going to sell something like that. But this would be get the like I said, get the 80-liter bag. Don't get the 60-liter. 60-liter doesn't come with the aluminum stays. This does, and this would be good for I don't know if you're experienced. I mean, I could do a 5-day trip in this, but for the new person, probably a 3-day. Because you're not running the latest and greatest and lightest. But this is a pack worth picking up if you're a hunter and you're trying to find a way to go on a cheap pack to carry your stuff. This New View hunting pack is the way to go. Under $100, you can't go wrong. And it fits nice. It really does. So now you do have connections out here where you can hang things. So you could put a couple carabiners there and hang a few things off of there if you wanted. It does have the brain that flips up. You got a couple big pockets there on top of the brain. I mean, it has enough for what you need. The camo, I think, is a bonus. I like camo backpacks. I like to blend in, but that I think that's a nice touch. Now, I originally picked this up for my 27-year-old son. The backpack he was wearing was kind of getting too small for him, and I was like, well, maybe he won't like backpacking. Maybe he won't enjoy it. So far, he's enjoying it. So I picked up something cheap, and I thought, well, this will work. This is like the perfect size on how they designed this. Now, this is not double stitched. It is single stitched everywhere I look. Okay, so I would definitely take a needle and some dental floss with me in my pack in case something does break on this pack so you can stitch it back up. And like I said, it's not like my expensive packs, but if you take care of it and you don't abuse it, I think it'll last you a long time. And if some piece of stitching does come off, then not a big deal. Take some dental floss to it and fix that spot real quick, and you'll be a happy camper. The buckles are all nice. The buckles are all very good plastic buckles. They look like they'll last a long time to me. But this is just my first initial review, and I did take it out for a run, but I'm not going to know for sure until it's been used for over 6 months, am I? But um, for a bag to put beside your door, for a bugout bag that you may never use, this would be one to pick up for under $100. Put some clothes in it. And here's another thing. A lot of people think you're making a bug out bag to put a bunch of camping stuff in it, and that's not true. I mean, if you're bugging out because of natural disasters, or if you're bugging out because you just have to get out of Dodge, and it's not the end of the world, then what you're mainly going to put in this backpack is extra change of clothes, things you would take when you go to a motel. Things to brush your teeth, things to comb your hair. I mean, basically stuff you would have in here for a motel, like a suitcase. And you grab it, you go, and you're off. And you may have to drive 4 hours, then get a motel, and you may be in that motel for a couple of weeks before you can return home. That is the point of this bug out bag. And that way, and you should have cash, right? What's a motel cost? $100 a day, $200 a day. I mean, you should have enough money to keep you housed for at least a good 2 weeks. Now, if you're more experienced and you do backpack like me, well, then you may want to put a little tent in it, or a tarp, and you may want to put some of that in it, because now you don't need to stay in a motel, and you could go cheaper, right? You can go stay in a state park or whatever, and you know, for $40, you can basically stay there for a couple of weeks and kick back and camp beside your vehicle and save all that money instead of going to a motel. But it's up to you how comfortable you actually want to be. But I wanted to take a look around since I was getting a pack from my son and see what was out there and what was the most affordable that I could find. And like I said, I bought some of the $50 packs. They're garbage. Don't buy them. Cheapest I could see was I had to go to the next level, which was a $100 pack, which was this New View hunting backpack. And it seems to be well made, and it feels pretty good on my back when I was walking with it. So if you're looking for a pack, I'll have a link at the bottom. Something affordable. You know, you don't want to spend that $400, $500, $600 on a backpack. I mean, I think this is the way to go. It's got all the basics to it, and the pockets are in the right place. It's done it. And like I said, it's around 5 pounds this pack. It's not the lightest, but it's not that. I've got a pack that's made by Kafara. That thing weighs 12 pounds. But it is a hunting backpack. But this is most hunting backpacks, even my crew, I think that was around 6 pounds is what that one is. Maybe 5. Most hunting backpacks have to have a little bit of weight to them. Now, will you pack out game in this? No. No, you're not going to pack out game in this unless you put it inside and leave your stuff behind. You might be able to get it down. I wouldn't take this pack past, I don't know, I wouldn't go past 40 pounds on this pack, what you put in here. I mean, my packs usually run 20 pounds, and that's without food or water. So if you figure everything, probably 30 pounds would be ideal if you can get it at that. And it'd feel a lot better for carrying. But here's the New View hunting backpack. Great for hunting. Looks well made to me. Felt good when I wore it. So if you're looking for an affordable pack, you know, basically around $100, this is the pack to get. And you'll probably see videos with my son wearing it. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.